I absolutely love this comment and thank you for sharing it with us. So the comment says that mine is super good with mathematics. Kodwa, reading, he crams the words and always not looking forward to doing language homework. So frustrating. I know it can be. In this video, I'm going to attempt to explain the reasons why, and I hope at the end you get to understand why that is so. Let's jump a little deeper. The profile of learners who are strong in mathematics but struggling with reading is very common and also not random. There's a reason for it. And when you start understanding the reason, everything about that child will start to make sense. So let's zoom in on mathematics for a while. Mathematics at its foundation is governed by fewer rules than language. So think about it. The number 7 is always 7. It looks the same, it means the same, it behaves the same in every context, in every sum, and on every page. The rules of arithmetic are finite, they are learnable, and they are predictable. Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. A limited set of operations applied to a limited set of symbols. Language, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. So let's look at English as an example. English alone has about 44 phonemes, sounds mapped onto 26 letters in combinations that don't always follow the rules. Spelling expectations, homophones, so words that look the same but mean different things, or words that mean the same thing but look completely different. You see now that this rule pool is vast. The expectations become endless. The decoding demand becomes enormous. So a child with a literacy gap or a child that is still struggling with decoding or not yet automatic will find mathematics a place of relative safety. The symbols are stable, the rules are finite, the demands on the reading system is low, and they will thrive for a bit until the word problem arrives. So let me give you an example. The word sum will arrive and say, a train leaves Johannesburg at 9 a.m., traveling at 120 kilometers per hour. Another train leaves Pretoria at 9:30 a.m., traveling at 90 kilometers per hour. At what time will they meet? The mathematics in that problem is completely within the child's reach. They will need to calculate distance, speed, and time. They will understand the concept. But to get to the concept, they have to get through the words. And if the reading is still not yet fluent, if decoding is still conscious and effortful and they are not fluent, by the time they reach the question, they would have forgotten how the problem started. They will have to reread the question all the while that the clock is still ticking. And they will reread again. And by the third attempt, the cognitive tank is empty and the maths that they know never gets a chance to show itself. So the literacy gap did not just affect the language marks. It walked right into the maths classroom and took marks away there too. And this is where the research becomes very important. Studies on reading and mathematics consistently show that reading comprehension is one of the strongest predictors of mathematics performance. Not because the maths requires reading, but because the assessments of mathematics are delivered through text, word problems, instructions, multi-step questions that require the child to decode, to comprehend, and then calculate in sequence under time pressure. A child who cannot move through text fluently loses marks in mathematics that has got nothing to do with their mathematical ability. So this means that then in turn the report card is not an accurate reflection of what that child actually knows. It becomes a reflection of what the literacy gap did not allow through. And this raises a question that I think every parent of a child who is math strong but reading weak needs to sit with. How much of your child's potential is being hidden by an unaddressed literacy gap? Not just in language, in mathematics and science and history, in every subject that arrives through text. Because the gap is not staying in its lane, It is moving through every subject that requires your child to read before they can show what they know. This is exactly why at Petals we assess the full literacy picture, not just reading in isolation, but how the literacy foundation is either supporting or limiting your child's access to every area of their learning. Because a literacy gap is not an English problem, it's a whole child problem. And these gaps do respond when they are specifically named, when they are targeted, when the intervention targets the right gap, and it is then closed. If your child is strong in mathematics but struggles with languages, do not wait for language marks to affect the maths marks too. They actually might already be. So if you would like to ensure that your child performs well in all subjects, you need to ensure that their literacy foundations are intact. And if you're not sure where to start, click on the link in my bio to book your literacy assessment today. I'm Kat, your education specialist, helping you navigate the education landscape.